What did Christians used to fight about and kill about? What kind of Christian you should be? The 30 Years' War was a massacre between Christians. It was eventually decided in Europe only out of exhaustion. We can't go on doing this. We can't go on killing each other over different interpretations of the Bible. Some bits of that do survive in Northern Ireland in our own day, in a different form. Not that different, but that's where it comes from. In America, there were so many different kinds of Christian that it was decided it has to be a state compromise. No one will ever rule for one sect. It's impossible. No one possesses the entire knowledge, even of these dictated texts, one of which God only speaks Hebrew, and in the other one of which God only speaks Arabic. And in all cases, there are discrepancies. And though I revere the King James Version of the Bible, I also revere the lady governor of Texas who once said about religious instruction in schools that if Hispanic immigrants having to assimilate it in this way, she said, well, if English is good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for me. You see, in other words, the essential absurdity that what the Wahhabi clan, or sect rather, it'd be better to say, much better, I mean sect,
yes,
of Saudi Arabia, has its own version of the Quran, which is actually available now in the American prison system, which openly says that unbelievers, which means those who don't believe at all, or those who believe differently, Jews and Christians, are not people of the book, they're enemies. That's their version of it. That's handed out now by tolerant people who believe in pluralism. The Saudi government has paid for madrasas in America to promulgate that view of Islam. The Saudis sent envoys to Bosnia, where I was full scale for defending the Muslims of southern Europe from massacre by Christian and fascists of two kinds, Orthodox Greek fascists and Catholic Croat fascists and Serbian Orthodox fascists. Yeah. They sent envoys to say, we're Muslims, we're with you. So the first thing, however, you'll have to do is destroy all your graveyards, which went back to the Ottoman era, yes, because they're profane. We don't have gravestones. That's idolatry. Right? So you can be happy in a way, you should be happy. There is a civil war in Islam now. That's what's going on.
Yes, indeed, absolutely.
It's not Islamism versus tolerance or versus Christianity, Judaism or Zionism. It's a civil war in Islam whereby a very ugly group of people hope to take over and restart the empire of the caliphate, so they're not anti-imperialist, and impose the Sharia, which means they're not pluralist.